Well, Sean, lots of decisions that were based on fine margins. Was the margin just too great in terms of the two teams today, though?
Yeah, it was. We can go on to the decisions in a minute, but they were the better side. I think they're a top-class side. I know they've had a bit of an up-and-down time this year, but they're a top-class side. They can hurt you in different ways. And I thought, actually, a lot of respect from them about us. I thought they pressed us well. I thought they were on the front foot as a unit, defensively, I mean. And that made it tough for us. And we didn't make good decisions early on in the game. They get a big start, obviously, with a penalty. And we just about ground our way back into it by half-time. And then they started quite well. They score a second, and then it's really tough. But they were the better side, without a shadow, today.
You talked this week, I thought, really passionately and interestingly about VAR when it comes in. Was today a prime example of why it's going to be tough for referees regardless?
Well, the thing's important. I mean, there's some tough decisions today for the referee, I felt, and they're hard ones to call. I mean, the alley tackle, you've seen him go. You've seen red cards for that because he's out of control. He's never going to get there. I can see that. I don't like to see red cards if I can help it, especially for challenges, but that's a close one. It's a really tough call. The penalty is going down after the ball's gone out of play and out of control, but gamesmanship, I think that one's a tough one. He does contact on the outside of the knee, but it's minor at best. He's already on his way down. We've all spoken about that. Really tough one. I'm saying that, really tough one. The irony, I thought, the two decisions, certainly one of them, that was absolute penalty, was on Ashley Barnes at the end. No, it would probably been incidental to the score, by the way, but it's a definite penalty. The Lador is the wrong side. You can't head it the wrong side and put an elbow in someone's face and it not be a penalty. And the other one, Vokes, is on the keeper. I'd be looking at my keeper. I think that's a clean header. But I make it clear because it's important. They were the better side today. These are things that might have given us just a smidgen of a chance.
All teams would take the Tottenham number 10. Is that what you're just lacking a little bit at the moment? Mind you, who's not going to take Harry Kane?
Who's not lacking Harry Kane? I'll tell you that. Every team in the country is lacking Harry Kane because he is top class. I thought he was the difference, not only the structure of their team and some of the quality elsewhere, but overall, he was the difference, man. Backed up by a very good team, but he is a top class striker and arguably, I think, one of the best there is at the moment.
Disappointing result, but when you look at the overall scheme of things, here we are at the halfway point at Christmas. You're 7th in the Premier League table. What would be Headmaster Dyche's mid-term rating for his team?
No, that's right. We've got to look at the bigger picture. As a manager, no matter who you're playing against, you feel these results. I want to compete against everyone, and that's what my team want to do. We didn't really today, but that must be credit to them as well. But overall, we know where we're at. I've spoken recently talking about everyone trying to get me to say about Europe. Come on. We know where we're at. We know that we're maturing as a side. We know we're moving forward. We know there's lots of work to go, and we know we've got some really tough games coming up at the moment, and we've got injuries, suspensions, etc., etc. But there's been a lot of good work done by myself, the staff, and the team, the board. There's a good connection between all parts of the club, and I think that's important to remember. But you still go away thinking, that's a tough day at the office today.
Sounds a healthy report, though. Well done, Sean.
Thank you.
Cheers.